what's going on, champions? Welcome to another episode of COE, Champion Over Everything. Today, I have one of my sisters with me. Like, we've been rocking with each other for a long time. I am, her son is my godson.
Yes.
Yeah, very long time. She's been close to the family, and we love her just like she is blood. So today I have a beautiful young lady with me, beautiful spirit. She is an owner and operator of Creatively Chic, Mississippi, Miss Tiffany Gray. Hey Tiff, what's going on?
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, most definitely. Thank you for coming on. All right, so Tiff, the way we normally kick off the show, we put you on the podium to where you can share your champion story. So you are on the podium.
So, my champion story. Um, like most people, I've been through a lot. Personal life, business life. I wear a lot of hats. I've tried to work my 8 to 5 and come home and have that side hustle, but my side hustle has turned into my 8 to 5. So just a champion story. If I told y'all the full story, we'll be here all day. But just a snippet. On last year, no, year before last, 2018, January 2018, I was working my 9 to 5. I was going into work every day, not really pleased with the feeling I had when I got to work. I was ready to go. When I left from work, I was taking work with me. The emotional side of work was getting to me, it was interfering with my relationship. It was interfering with my relationship with my son. It was interfering with my faith. And so I was like, the work I'm doing is in home health. I'm helping people. I'm able to reach out to 5, 6 different counties, meet new people, meet families, go into their home, help them any way I possibly can. But still, the emotional side of what I had to deal with once I got back into the office and things like that wasn't worth my sanity. But I kept going to work every day, every day. I prayed to God. I talked to some of my closest friends. I talked to my first lady. I talked to my youth leadership because we're very close. And they were all like, you do what you got to do. But if you need to leave, like, we've always known you to be a hustler. You've always did what you had to do to make ends meet. So if you have to leave, but pray about it. So God kept telling me, like, every time I got to work, it was like God was pushing me, like, you don't need to be there. You don't need to. And I was like, I can't fail these people I'm helping in the field. So, I'm just going to stick it out. Well, all this stuff happened one day at work, and I was in orientating a worker to come work in one of my counties for me. She was in the back and she was viewing a orientation video. I went out and I was making copies and getting her paperwork together. So when the video got done, I could go back in and we can finish up orientation. Thing is, I never made it back into the room. Why? I got called into the office. I lost my job that day
Oh
in the
wow.
middle of while orientating a new person to come onto my staff. I lost my job, got home, and even though in the moment I was upset, I was also relieved in a sense because God had already told me to leave, and I didn't. And so lost my job. We had just got a home. It's a rental home, but we had just rented a new house probably 2 weeks before. And the price of the house was what we could afford. It was a very high price, but we could afford it. My significant other was in the oil field, and I was working a 9 to 5 plus my side hustle, so we were good. But when I lost my job, it was like, oh Lord, So I lost my job. A couple of months later, well, let me say that I told my significant other, and he was like, we'll be okay. I'm in the oil field, we're good. I'm okay. A few months later, he got laid off. His company was bought out by another company. First they cut their hours. They didn't cut their hours, they cut their pay. They were still working the 28 days and home 14, but his pay was cut. So he was no longer bringing in that income that we were used to. And even though we both had savings, we both had 401ks, we don't want to tap into all that because then there'll be nothing left when we retire. So a few months after they cut his pay, he lost his job, laid them all off. Okay. Within that time of being laid off, we had to just make it work with my side hustle. Okay. So after that, after a couple months of him being laid off, actually right before he got laid off, my car got repoed. I started losing everything.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that because I still walked around, smile, holding stuff together, doing what I had to do for my son. My son was the biggest, that keeps me going. It's my biggest motivation. Got my car back within a couple of days. And I realized, like, I when I lost my car, I got another job at the post office. Mind you, this is like 6 months later. So that 6 months, my side hustle was making what I could. Well, it was keeping a roof over my head, but not taking care of everything else I needed to take care of. And so with my church family, my significant other, my son, some of my family members who knew what I was going through was like, Tiffany, you can do this. You can do it. Like, you can do it. You've overcame so much. You can do it. So I started working for the post office. My brother, big brother Pati, again, a part of my church family. I met him at church, hired me on at the post office before he retired, and I worked there. But then it was interfering with my son. My son plays 3 different sports. He's in sports year round. So every Saturday I'm at work while having to pay somebody to take him to games, or during the week, if I had to go, I had to pay somebody to take him to practice or whatever the case may be, because my significant other is on the water. He's in the oil field. And so I didn't have people, because, people have lives. So they're not always available on the weekend. They're trying to spend time with their own family. So I was having to pay people. And again, that spirit came over me like, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. I took you out of a situation where you was working 9 to 5 when you have the keys to what you need at home. You can be at home. I had a full-blown business at home. I took you out of this situation once, and you put you got right back into the same situation again. Long story short, I ended up quitting my job while I was tearing up my car. That same car I had worked so hard to get back. I was tearing it up, delivering mail and stuff. Got it. And so just one Saturday I went in, I gave her 2 weeks notice, worked my next 2 weeks, quit. The people in that office was so mean. At that time, my brother had retired. He was no longer there. So we had, other people in charge. They were so rude. The last couple of weeks, they were so rude. They acted like I wasn't there. It was terrible, but I finished out my 2 weeks, came home, been home ever since. I've picked up a lot of different things, but Creatively Chic has been my outlet. It has been my outlet for money. It has been my outlet to release some stress. It has been my outlet as far as meeting new people. And I've been able to help a lot of people through Creatively Chic, which was my main goal. Like, of course, I want to make money, but I also want to be a help to someone else. And so through my faith, through my support system, my church family, my pastor, my first lady, my people, my best friend held me down completely. Creatively Chic has completely turned our lives around. And I say our lives because I'm talking about me, my son, and my significant other. We closed on our house on Valentine's Day. We purchased a house. We have more than what we need. I'm not saying everything is perfect. We still go through times where, Creatively Chic ain't pushing out what it was pushing out, but we're going to be okay, because we have faith. We truly believe in God. We worship here. We worship at church. He talks to my pastor. I talk to my pastor, and we keep it just all the positive vibes that we can in our house to make sure that my business, his business, because he has a business also, that we both do what we need to do to keep Creatively Chic going.
I don't know what to say. I mean, beautiful, awesome, amazing testimony, amazing champion story. I see where your shirt says, "My faith gives me confidence," and you are confidently rocking and doing the things that God has called you to do. And one thing that I'm hearing in your story, as well as another brother of ours, he shared his story a couple of weeks ago. And then even with my story, is that when God tells you to move,
Mm-hmm.
listen and move.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's
Absolutely.
when you don't, we put ourselves in those situations that are a little bit sticky. And then ultimately, the other thing is we have to continue to walk by faith, right, and not by sight,
Absolutely.
because those things that we come up against, your particular champion story, your Job story, right, you lost some things,
Right.
um,
Right.
but God was able to give you back, and He was able not only to give you back time, He was able to give you
Mm-hmm.
resources to step out and to branch out and do something completely different than what you had done in the past. Because for y'all who don't know, Tiffany has been an entrepreneur pretty much ever since I've known her. She's
Absolutely.
she's she's done a few different things, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk to Tiffany today and bring her on and kind of get her to share, the entrepreneur mindset. What mindset, Tiffany, do you have to really jump out there and start a business, would you say?
So the first year mindset has to be a winning mindset. You can't go into any business thinking I'm going to fail, or what if somebody doesn't support me? What you can't have that mindset. So the first thing is to have a winning mindset. What I've learned over the years is that the main people who are going to support you are strangers. They're people you don't even know, because the family and the friends that you expect to support you, they want discounts. They want, well, what you got on sale, or, well, you gonna give me that family deal? No, so you have to have that winning mindset and not worried about the people who are going to support you or not support you. Two, you have to have your faith. I would say faith is actually number one. But your faith, um, like my shirt says, faith gives you confidence. You can overcome anything with faith. I told somebody the other day that my life, in one part of my life, I was walking in fear, discouragement, not feeling appreciated, just not having the self-confidence. I still may have those four things, but now I'm walking with my faith, and so that gives me all the confidence I need to get through whatever I'm going through. So winning mindset, faith, and a financial plan. A plan. You gotta have a plan. You can't just jump out and do something without a plan. That's something I did with my salon. I just up one day, found the spot, and was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna open my salon. Well, 5 years later, before I completely got myself in a hole financially, I went ahead and got out. Why? Because I didn't have a plan. I didn't have anything to follow. So faith, mindset, and the plan definitely is the mindset. What you need in your mindset once you get ready to do entrepreneurship.
So faith, mindset, and a plan. So definitely some good things, some good principles to
Your
have.
mindset.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So definitely having faith, that mindset, and that plan are some principles that we need to continue to have and to champion over our obstacles. And Tiffany, can you kind of share some of the obstacles that you have had to overcome as a business owner? I know you kind of mentioned family, the support side of it, and that is kind of one of those dynamics that I struggle with,
Yeah,
because I know, like, even with launching this particular platform, I know God had a particular ministry for me to do and was called to, and I saw family members that were not supportive and not sharing. But
absolutely.
what other obstacles would you say you've had to overcome? And then for listeners and viewers, what are some tips that you can give to them?
Okay. I kind of hit a little bit on the financial obstacle. With Creatively Chic, we started out just doing customized gifts, customized shirts and things of that nature. But we've recently expanded in the last month and a half or so to a boutique as well. And so the financial obstacle of that is, well, you need all this inventory and things to make that happen, which is what I did. I saved up and got my inventory. But the obstacle was that is you have to sell the stuff, right? And so at first I bought all the inventory and it was rough. And but just having that financial obstacle made me push to really push my items, push what I needed to do to get that profit. So that financial obstacle was definitely a struggle at first, but we did overcome it by just, really sitting down, planning and networking. Um, that was one of my biggest obstacles as well, because me, like, I'm not shy, but I kind of sit back and watch. I'm not one who likes a lot of attention. As I get older, I kind of get more so in a shell. And I know that's a bad thing, but networking was one obstacle I had to cross, because I just felt like my circle or my people, that would be my network, and they would get the word out for me. But I networking, I've had to reach out and do different events and things like that, to really get my name up around. This weekend I did an event in downtown Hattiesburg at Town Square, and the networking side of it was amazing. Like, I connected with probably 5 or 6 businesses who are now using me for their marketing, or to carry some of my products in their store. I had a lady reach out to me this morning, wants me to do customized Christmas ornaments for her retail store in Georgia. What?
Wow.
Like, that's crazy, right? So the networking obstacle, open your mouth. Just open your mouth, and the person standing next to you, you just never know what a simple hello or hi will do for your business. Financial networking. And another obstacle is losing sight of the bigger goal and things. I got so excited about how much profit I was making. I almost lost sight of me helping and helping others. I would receive my profit, put it up, or pay my tithes, do whatever I needed to do. But then I lost sight of what I was supposed to be doing from the beginning, while I was removed from my 9 to 5. So those 3 things I think were my obstacles, other than the support. So it was my financial obstacle. Secondly, it was just the networking side of it. And thirdly, losing sight of what I was supposed to be doing from the beginning.
So losing sight as to what you were supposed to be doing in the beginning. So that kind of brings me to my next question. As far as Creatively Chic, what is your overall mission?
So my overall vision will be to creatively give other people outlets when they're going through things. For example, 2 weeks ago, I sent out, about a month and a half ago, I introduced paint parties, right, into my business. And so about a week and a half ago, a therapist reached out to me and said, look, do you think I can buy some canvases from you with all the supplies for me to help a family with bonding, because this family is about to lose their kids? You know what I said? No, I can't. You can't buy from me. I'll give them to you. See, that's me. I want to be able to help do things like that. If a simple paint party can help bring a family together, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Creatively Chic is here to help. I do want to eventually get into the youth. My passion is the youth. And so I want to be able to reach out to the young women, because a lot of the things I went through um,
Right, right.
years ago, but I feel like my story can help some of these young kids and these young women, because no, I'm not done writing my champion story, but where I am now, I can be of a help. So Creatively Chic is here to help by any means necessary. Um, like I said, whether it's through family, a church, or building relationships, I'm all for that. I'm, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not done with my champion story. Um, I'm not done with my champion story, but I'm definitely here to help.
Awesome, awesome. So, one big thing that we believe in is our platform is a ministry. So Creatively Chic is a ministry, and your
Mm-hmm.
passion and your gifts align with your service.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I strongly believe that. I know that God has gifted some things in you, and those testimonies are going to be powerful for you to share. So I would urge you to, when you get that inkling in your spirit and God tells you it's time for you to speak, listen, listen, and definitely share it. Because you never know how you can change somebody else's life for the better. An old classmate of mine, I actually logged on the other day and saw her doing her she does a live on Instagram, and one of the things she was talking about was just mental health, physical health, and things like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
told her, I said, "Man, look, I'm proud to see what you're doing. Congratulations." And she didn't know it was me because it was behind the COE background.
Right,
And
right.
then when she realized, she was like, "Wow, you never know who's watching what you're doing." So that
Mm-hmm.
goes even with the things the struggles that we had. We never know who saw our struggles, but a lot of people, when we don't tell them our story, they will never know, and their lives can never change or be impacted.
Right.
So tell us about some of your products. I know a little bit. Well, I know about your products because I see
Mm-hmm.
you. I see what you're doing. And you kind of started out with creative design of the t-shirts, because you
Mm-hmm.
did my very first champion over everything, and my first
Right.
two champion over everything t-shirts that I have. Those, matter of fact, are the only two that I have. So it's time for me to get some more. But you've expanded because during the holiday season, I see the ornaments.
Right.
Um, I'm seeing the umbrellas. I'm seeing a lot of other things. So tell us about some of the products that you're offering.
Okay. So of course, like you said, I do the t-shirts. That's how I started. Mind you, let me tell you this one thing. I did not intend for this business to happen. Okay. I won my cricket for $35 off of a raffle.
Wow. Look at God.
So let me just sit that right there. Okay. I did not buy this. So I won my cricket in the supplies and 3 rolls of vinyl from 2 chances on a $17 raffle.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing. That's amazing. God
Okay.
didn't do anything by accident. That's amazing.
So let me just back to it. Okay, so I started out with t-shirts. But like you said, during the Christmas holidays, I do offer stockings, customized Santa bags. I do ornaments. I do magical Santa keys, which is just a key. And it has a tag on it that you hang on the door Christmas Eve, and it's for the houses who don't have chimneys. It's Santa's magical key to get into your house and bring your gifts. That's one of the cutest things I
That's
do for
unique.
Christmas. So I do those. I'll be posting those today. And then I also do paint parties. That's something I introduced about a month and a half ago. Like I said, with the paint parties, I can come and I can host those for you, or I can send you the canvases in the mail with a picture, an individual picture for everyone who's participating, showing how the overall design is supposed to be once you're done. I pre-trace the design, so you have the designs. It's not like I go in and draw all of them at the paint party. So you can have it with a fee of me coming, or without a fee and me just sending you the supplies. And I send you everything from aprons down to the canvas. Um,
Wow.
and then I just started doing sublimation, which is like screen printing almost, but it's on like polyester fabrics and polyester coated items. And so I just tapped into that. So I'm kind of getting a feel for that. I'll be posting some things later on this week. Well, today and later on this week. Trying to get my stuff ready for Black Friday. So y'all make sure y'all check me out. Um, as well as, I mean, I do a little bit of everything. Anything that I can create, I'll try. I've even tapped into sewing. I did not know how to sew. by the way, before the pandemic. I taught myself how to make masks. And so now I'm sewing a little more. I'm doing bonnets and stuff now. So had no idea how to sew. So yeah, I do customized masks as well.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a
I
lot.
do a lot.
And then you really didn't even mention the outfits. Like,
Oh, yeah, okay, behind me.
yeah, like you got all of them back there behind you. You didn't even mention those.
um I expanded to a boutique. Why? Because I am plus size. I've always been on the plus size, and it's always hard to find clothes to fit us that don't look like we're wearing a potato sack. So I started out just doing plus size apparel, but now I get all sizes. Um, but having a boutique is difficult. It's definitely challenging, but I'm kind of feeling my way through it. I have a couple of mentors that I talk to daily to help me through everything. But yes, I have clothes. It's clothes from extra small all the way up to 3X.
Awesome, awesome.
So
So, what advice would you give somebody who's looking to just start out to do something for the first time? As far as I know, you mentioned networking and how important networking is, right? With the events that you've been finding, like how are you finding these events? Are you finding mentors from these events? So
mhm.
somebody who's looking to just jump out there in the water and say, I know we talked about the planning and everything, right? But somebody who's looking to start a business and they've already got a business plan in place, they've already got the finances in place, and they've already have the mindset. What would be the next steps for that person that you would say?
Just do it. Um, you, I mean, just do it. And the networking side of it, social media is free. Use it. I find all of my events on social media. Um, because I've kind of built an audience, as I guess you can say an audience, I've built a client base. They tag me in everything. It don't matter where it's at. When your clients are shopping with you or when you're talking to your friends, put it in their mind. Look, I'll travel anywhere to expose my business. Like I have an invite in Jackson. I have one in Atlanta. I have one in New Orleans that I just have to confirm that I'm going. Because like I said, you just social media is free. A lot of my business comes from there. So really be active on your social media. Um, do lives. That's one thing that I've learned really works. I don't do lives. I'm trying to get better. I've did one or two, but like I said, use your social media platform and just do it. Don't listen to the naysayers. I've had a lot of people tell me, "You doing too much." No, I'm doing just enough, and I'm not done yet. So don't listen to the naysayers. Just do it. I've learned to kind of move in silence at first, get a feel of things, and then expand and just do whatever I needed to do. But really don't let too many people in on what you are doing in the beginning. Make sure you get it started, get everything in place, and then expose your business or whatever.
You're definitely two important keys that brought to mind. One was definitely, like you said, kind of move in silence, right? You gotta start getting things going behind the scenes where people may not know what's going on.
Right.
Because we talk about Joseph, and his dream. He shared his dream prematurely, and
Right.
it took. He still got where he was destined to be, right? But his story could have been so much different had he
Yes.
just waited and not shared his dreams. So that aspect of it is definitely something. Don't share your dreams prematurely with people who are
Prematurely.
not mature.
Right.
All right. The second thing is this. One of my mentors told me this: if you're not promoting yourself, you are promoting somebody else. Let me repeat that.
Exactly.
If you are not promoting yourself, you are promoting somebody else. So the lack of promotion of what I'm doing right now after you got the ball rolling, the lack of, hey, I'm gonna have this pop-up shop, or hey, I'm gonna be interviewing
Hmm.
with this person, I'm gonna be at this venue. If people don't know, they are not able to come out and support. So you
Right.
have to continue to promote yourself regardless of what people are saying, because you know they criticize Jesus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get criticism in the things that we do. We just have to we do have to be open to criticism, right? Would you
Right.
say, right?
Absolutely.
Because with that open criticism, we're able to learn things that we need to do to improve. But we can't.
Criticism is what pushed me, if that makes sense.
Okay,
It
break
pushed
that
me
down.
to be better than that criticism you're giving me.
There you go.
So it pushed me. So
Yeah,
just throw that out there.
yeah, yeah. So we got to be able to receive it in order to be better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Tiffany, we are coming up on a close to the show. Um, but I feel like there's so much more that we can cover. Like you said, we'll be talking all day if we
Right.
dug into all of your story. But what's next for Tiffany? What do you have
Um,
that you can
Tiffany is
share?
always, huh?
That you can share. Remember, we just
Oh,
talked about
yeah.
things you got to the ones that you can share.
Well, I am looking forward to expanding a little more. I'm definitely working on something great after this pandemic is over. It's with this pandemic, I'm not able to do a whole lot of what I want to do. But what's really next is reaching out to a lot of these nonprofit organizations. I did see you interview Jamila, Life Support Cares. I
Yes.
work with her partner a lot, Ashley.
Okay.
Um, and they're doing like canned food. So I'm gonna actually post a flyer today to get some canned foods and non-perishable items for them. But they usually do toiletries as well. I know they're not doing it now, but I also try to, just reach out to them because they are a local organization. So really creatively chic right now is just trying to find community involvement, outlets and groups that I can work with during this pandemic to help in any way I can.
I mean, that's beautiful because charity, outreach, ministry, it starts in your own backyard first, right? Before you
Right.
can change the world, you have to start where you are currently living. And to have a passion to serve and to help others is something that we all need in order to make the world a better place.
Right.
So I commend you, my sister, on
Yes.
that. Let me know how we can help as well. If it's
Absolutely.
event, anything that's going on, let us know how we can help sponsor um, any kind of way that we can. All right, so this is the call to action, right? This is where you give a takeaway, one key thing or a couple of key things that you want to share with people in order to continue to move forward in their lives.
Okay, so my call to action is to keep your faith strong. Even when you're weak in your spirit, weak in your body, your faith will help you overcome all of that. Secondly, jump. Take that leap of faith into whatever endeavors you have, whatever entrepreneur spirit you have, whatever you want to do, do it. Just do it. Just take that jump. And thirdly, be confident. Be confident in yourself. Be confident that you're going to win. Never have that felon spirit, um, and keep your support strong.
Awesome. All right, so before we leave, last thing, where can people find you? Tell. I want to know everywhere we can find you, so people know
Okay,
how to
so
reach
of course I have Facebook, Creatively Chic Mississippi. We have our business page. We're also on Instagram. Um, I just got into the TikTok world. So we're on TikTok, we're on Snapchat. I also have my website, www.creativelychicmississippi.llc.com. Email creativelyschic at Mississippi at Gmail. Any questions that you have. I also have my business phone, 601-633-1438. If you have any questions, want to host a party, anything like that, I have several ways you can reach me, and I'm pretty quick at responding.
you. Awesome. Tiffany, once again, we appreciate you for being a champion, sharing your champion story, and coming on the podcast today. No matter what you do, keep moving forward always and continue to be a champion. COE, holding it down. Champion over everything.